I listen to that every day. I want to go to the gym right now. I'm out. Going to the gym right now.
Excuse me, Mr. Vader, your political stance on education. Let me live in my filth. Episode 8 of the Scruffy Nerf Herder Podcast.
Sheesh. Is that what the kids say?
Yeah, the Ocho.
The Ocho.
The Ocho. Yeah, we're getting a nice little backlog of these episodes coming in, and we've got the entire first season of Clone Cast. We got the Kenobi Cast, Tano Cast. We got 2 more episodes of that, and we got 8 episodes of this so far. It's a lot, man. It's a lot
we've been going through. Yeah,
it's to the point where someone's going to be able to take AI technology and just take our voice off the internet and make us say whatever they want, which they totally should not do.
Okay. Yeah, that would be terrible.
Yeah, I'm being honest. That would be a terrible, not cool thing. Don't do it.
Oh man, what a week we've had. All last week dealing with Ahsoka episode. I feel like the internet kind of blew up with Star Wars content once again.
Mm-hmm.
Not just because we're talking about it a lot and our phones are listening to us
all the time,
but a lot of real interesting stuff. You guys have been checking out that Ahsoka show.
Mm-hmm.
We have our Tano Cast. You should check it out. But it's been a good show so far. We kind of talked about that and most recent Filoniverse, as you like to call it, which I like that.
The Filoniverse.
It's like he's making a sandwich, a Filoni sandwich with just all these things.
Out of curiosity, how motivated are you right now? On a scale of 1 to 10,
what?
How motivated
Star Wars
are you?
Motivated?
Just in life.
Bro, I got a lot going on in my life right now. You kidding me?
Okay. Well, let me tell you. I stumbled across a little gem this week. And when I say gem, I'm talking like diamond. Because I was digging through the TikTok Minecraft mines, and I found some diamonds with Vader Motivation. Have you heard of this?
No.
So you know how they have those like cheesy like hustle channels where they're like, you gotta do this, blah 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 blah. You gotta be motivated.
Why do you sound like Strong Bad?
Yeah, the only fear is that we're inadequate. They put all the sports movies together and just make these motivation montages.
Okay.
Someone using AI and a Vader voice generator created a page that's Vader Motivation. And I saved a couple for you, so I just wanted to share these with you.
Are you telling me that like Vader could like prep me to like work out?
100%.
Dude,
100%.
Sick. I'm down.
So I got 3 of them, so I need you to tell me how motivated you are.
All right, let's see.
Here's the first one.
4 right now.
Embrace your transformation, for it is the crucible of your power. Trust only yourself. Your allies will betray you, leaving you consumed by flames. Yet from the ashes, you will be reborn, enhanced, and fortified against treachery. Transcend your past frailties, elevate to a realm beyond mere mortal limits. Do not merely survive. Ascend as an undeniable force of both reckoning and sovereign command.
Bro.
Yes, sir.
And
sir, yes, sir.
Yeah,
dude.
That boy knows something about rising from the ashes. You know what I'm saying?
Something about him saying ascend. I was like, yes!
Yeah.
Him holding 2 lightsabers too?
This is called Vader Motivation on TikTok, but I think it should be changed to the Church of Vader because I feel like I'm getting sermons. And I'm just like, just give
Hallelujah!
It to me. Yeah.
Dude, that
Pass
was
the offering.
Yeah.
So we got 2 more. So can you handle 2 more?
I'm 9 out of 10 right now. You're going to give me 2 more?
2 more.
I'm going to be 6 to midnight, dude.
Here's number 2.
Pathetic hesitation will be your downfall. Heed my words, for they are your path out of weakness.
Yes, Master.
Your body is your vessel, your instrument of dominion. To allow it to wither is to squander your own potential for power. Forge your physique into a machine of unparalleled might. Abandon the habits that corrode you. Each drop of sweat spilled is a step toward invincibility. Sculpt yourself into an instrument capable of ruling entire galaxies. Your body is the first territory to claim in your relentless march toward unlimited power. Seize it.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I've already been on somewhat of like trying to do a weight loss journey. Holy cat! Send that to me. If I listen to that every day, I want to go to the gym right now. I'm out. Going to the gym right now.
That's great stuff, man.
Are you kidding me right now, dude? With that, I'm so like, I've never heard anybody get me so convinced that I need to change the way my body looks than hearing that right now.
We're all going to be at the gym come tomorrow, and they're like, "What you doing?" I'll be like, "I'm trying to conquer the galaxy."
This is the first vessel I have to conquer.
Hell yeah, man!
Dang,
It's great.
There's another. There's
how like 12 of them on TikTok. There's 12 of them on TikTok. I got one more.
Send that to me.
Okay, here's the final one I saved.
Okay.
Do not be ensnared by the paralysis of indecision, for inaction is the bane of progress. The galaxy belongs to those who seize it, those who grasp their destinies with unyielding determination. To hesitate is to surrender power to the feeble. Embrace the path of action, for in its relentless embrace you forge your legacy. Let your will be your weapon and your resolve your shield. Rise and conquer, for the dark side favors the bold, and together we shall reshape the galaxy in our image.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell, I'm with Vader. If I can go with you, Vader, let's do this, buddy.
Yeah, Vader 2024. That's all we're saying. He had some good ideas, guys. He had some good ideas.
The whole nation is jacked. There's not a lot of kids around, though. I knew that would get you. Get rid of all daycare centers. They're all gyms.
Excuse me, Mr. Vader. Your political stance on education.
Don't need it. Oh gosh.
Hell yeah, man. So yeah, if I don't know who runs that channel, but kudos to you, man. It made my week when I saw it. Definitely,
dude, my heart is pumping so fast right now because my adrenaline is like going right now.
Dude, it's great.
Whew.
Like, and you know, it made me realize that, like, you remember back in the day when like GPS was still a thing. I mean, it's still a thing, but like you actually had like a Garmin, you know, or you didn't have your phone,
right?
And I was like, you could put celebrity voices. I was like, dude, I kind of want to do that for Vader for everything,
James
like book
Earl
on
Jones.
tapes. Just have like all my book on tapes just be Vader and be dope.
You know what? My mother-in-law, she's got like an Amazon or what is it called, an Alexa.
Yeah,
I wonder if they have that, like a Vader. Could you imagine? Vader set a timer, because that's all they use it for, is for like cooking and baking. They're always like, Alexa, set a timer. So I want to be like, Vader, set a timer. Timer has been set for 30 minutes.
Someone at home listening to this is like, I'm gonna make that.
Please do.
I hope you do.
I would change it to Vader. Absolutely.
Dude, could you imagine Vader reading the Bible? In the beginning, God created you. Oh, dude, it'd be great.
That would be great. Oh, dude, man.
Yeah, Vader motivation, man. So we're motivated to do this podcast now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of Vader, something we kind of talked about in our TanoCast, but obviously we like to record this, right after Ahsoka. Whenever we see it, first thing we do is we watch it and then hop on and record. And a lot of times we record, the Scruffy Nerf Herder Podcast, right after as well. So
giving you a little behind the curtains there.
Yeah, a little behind the scenes here. So we always talk about how we discuss things on here, but then obviously we see content from other people. And so we see things that are like other people's theories or ideas, and then we're like, and you and I will text those back and forth to each other. And it's so funny because we always seem to kind of see them around the same time. And so it's like, oh yeah, I saw that. And it's like, they're super cool. But the one I saw referring to last week's episode of Ahsoka, where we see Anakin coming back, and Ahsoka says, I will not fight you. And he goes, I've heard that before. And so I was like,
and last week, if you remember, we were both wondering, where did he hear that before?
Did you see that?
We both.
The thing?
Well, no, Well, no, like that was part of our show, right? Like
Yeah.
we were both. You were asking me, like, did she say that to him?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't remember that line, but I assume. But like,
I was like, I feel like I've heard that, and I thought for some reason it was Obi-Wan.
mm,
But then I remember because I thought it was Obi-Wan right before Revenge of the Sith, but that's not what Obi-Wan says. Obi-Wan says, "I'll do what I must."
oh yeah,
And so I was like, it's not him. I was like, what is it? So then I saw like a TikTok or something, and it was Luke in episode 6. He's like, I will not fight you. Or maybe it was Empire. I can't remember. But I'm pretty sure it was Return of the Jedi.
You'll know it was definitely Jedi.
He's like fighting him and stuff, and he's like wearing all black. So yeah, it is because he has the green saber. And so then he goes, I will not fight you, father. And so then he goes, then you, I don't know, he says something like it's unwise to lower your defenses or something like that is what he says. And then he attacks him, and I was like, that's where it was from. And so the question we had was, was this Anakin like after he was already Vader? And I feel like that answered it. Like, yes, it is. Like,
dude, this was such a great episode. Like that, and like I know I said it during the podcast, but I still stand by what I said, man. I think it's the single greatest piece of like modern day Star Wars that's ever been made. Like I would put that episode above Rogue One in my book. Just as a fan of everything we've seen, man. Like there was so much little stuff like that like threw back to Luke Skywalker, and then you got to see the progression of Ahsoka going from a kid all the way to you saw all of her lightsabers going from a green lightsaber to dual blue lightsabers, then having white lightsabers, and you saw her whole journey there. And then you just see this, there's this thing we didn't even talk about on the episode, but it was like, again, breaking it down afterwards, I'm like, there's the whole story arc that Anakin's like, I was trained to be a warrior, and that's why I'm so effed up. You know, it's like I wasn't trained to be a keeper of the peace. I was thrown into a war just like you. And it was just like one of these, and I'm just like, these are kids. They're kids.
Raised as Jedi during time of war. So yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Think about people that go through war now. They always say like war is hell. Like anybody that's been through war, obviously I haven't myself, so I can't speak on that. But you look at really any of your parents, grandparents, anybody that fought in World War II, anything like that, I promise you've heard stories if you've had anybody that was a family member that went through that stuff, and it messes you up. So I mean, absolutely, you got to assume that it messes you up being a Jedi going through war. I mean, it's part of it. It's part of it, unfortunately, but
such a good episode, man.
Like, it was
just,
and I think it's one of those ones that's going to be referenced a lot. And it's one of those ones that people are going to go back and watch a lot, because much like I like to watch the whole fight between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader in the Obi-Wan series. I watched that so many times, just like I've watched the ending fight scene of Endgame a bunch of times. Like just those scenes, it's like, it's just one of those scenes where it was so well done. And it's almost unfortunate that there's like little breaks of the episode in between. So somebody's got to cut it down to where it's just the Ahsoka and Anakin scenes, because it was so great. And I loved it. I loved it so much. And again, it was them. Well, what would you talk about? How the CGI wasn't as fantastic for the prequels, and hoping they could redo that. Like, I would totally be down to see a live action Clone Wars series.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people talk about that this week,
because it seems possible.
That. Yeah,
after
especially
seeing
when
that,
you've got like Ewan. He's back in the Star Wars universe. Like, so to get him, Anakin, and then Ahsoka, like you could definitely do it. It would be interesting. And I even saw one guy who's like, don't make it about the darkness. Like, don't make it about Anakin's fall. Just make it about the three of them and their relationship. And I'm like, yeah, that you could definitely do that.
Oh, Anakin. As long as we have that.
Yeah, and then like you even throw in some other Jedi that never really got their play of like Plo Koon. Throw him in there. That's the guy who discovered Ahsoka. Like, there's so many potentials.
That's true.
Which raised something. I wrote this down as a question for you this week.
Okay.
So I assume you've seen Marvel's What If series.
Yeah, I actually did. I actually liked it a lot.
Yeah. Do you think Disney will do one for Star Wars?
God, I hope so. Why didn't I think about that? That would be so freaking good. Even if it's animated, I'd totally be down to watch that.
Yeah, and I'm like, I feel like it would be a good thing, but I'm also just like, I've seen photos of like what people think would be cool, but like I think the big one for me is like, what if Anakin didn't turn to the dark side?
I saw that a lot too.
Yeah, that's the story that I'm like, oh, I would 100% want to hear that. Like,
yeah, and it showed like Anakin raising the kids, raising Luke and Leia.
Mhm.
It showed Uncle Obi-Wan, like he
Yeah.
was just kind of playing with them as like his niece and nephew, and it was like, I was like, dang, that's crazy. Like,
yeah.
and that would be cool to see. Like Padme's still alive. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that would be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the whole Star Wars universe
Well-
would change from that one moment, right?
I almost feel like it'd be boring. Like, oh, the good guys just lived a happy life. Like, I almost feel like that's one of those things where it sounds good.
Mhm.
You're like, oh yeah, that'd be so cool, and seeing an image of it is cool. But if you think about what would be the story they would tell,
Yeah. Well, I also saw, like, what if Darth Maul killed Obi-Wan instead of Qui-Gon, and Qui-Gon raised Anakin?
see, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Mm.
And Anakin had, like, a true father figure in his life because Obi-Wan didn't want to be that for him. You know?
What if Mace Windu believed Anakin,
Oh. What if Yoda was just 2 feet taller?
or 2 feet shorter?
Yeah.
It's even smaller.
Yeah.
Like the size
Yeah.
of Grogu.
What if Padme was a Jedi? What if Jar Jar was a Sith? Like, you got to do that episode, right? Like,
Can you
Jar
imagine?
Jar's a Force user. Oh,
Misa cut you down, Annie.
just bzzz, pulls out lightsabers.
He's got double lightsabers.
Yeah,
That'd be great. He's got a cloak.
yeah. I would love to see it.
What if Luke shot missed on the Death Star?
Ooh. What if Han didn't shoot first?
Mm.
And Greedo
Yeah.
shot him?
Yep. What if when Qui-Gon told Anakin when he was 10 years old to duck because Darth Maul was coming up on a speeder and he didn't and it just killed him?
They're just standing there and Anakin's head just hits the
Gone.
ground.
Just dead. What if, man? That's what I'm saying. There's so
And that's
many
how it
things.
ends. It just ends. What if, man? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff they could do. Like, even like, Django. If Django raised Boba, like, and
Ooh.
didn't die, like, how would that
Yeah.
change? You have these 2 Mando bounty hunters, like, God, dude, or like Obi-Wan getting married at the end.
What if Din Djarin killed Grogu?
Yeah, yeah. He,
Oh, God,
he actually
no.
did the bounty, right? Yeah,
Right.
yeah. There's a lot of stuff you could go down. Like, it'd be
What if
interesting.
Luke didn't kiss Leia?
Oh, that one I think we would all be fine with. But here's the thing: Leia kissed Luke. Luke
That's
didn't
true.
ask for it. His
That's
sister just
true.
came up and.
It didn't help his
She's-
case, though, that immediately after he went like this. I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Not at first, though. At first, I was like, you go, my man.
Mm-hmm.
I was like 8. You go, man.
Yeah. As you're seeing these clips on like TikTok and stuff of like Star Wars, the one what if I think about a lot is like, what if Star Wars had better actors and actresses at times? Because there's some
What do you mean?
scenes. Like, there's some
Who's the bad
scenes that
actor?
are in the Star Wars, and I don't want to say bad actor. I think it's just like it's a mix of maybe bad directing, bad writing. I don't know what it is, but like
Okay.
you look at the scene of like Obi-Wan versus Anakin, right? It's so over the top. It's so like my empire and like your new empire. It's just like such a weird like delivery on all sides. And I'm like, what if they would have put like some like diehard actors who deliver amazing scenes in that? Would that have taken it to the next level of just like investing the audience?
So let me throw this on you. So speaking of that exact thing, I saw a TikTok this week and I should have sent it to you. Actually, I may have liked it. I'll have to look it up. But it's a guy and he goes, everybody complains about Hayden Christensen's delivery of Anakin's lines that he gives, like you're saying right now, like my empire. But then he goes, think about how James Earl Jones delivered those lines. Think about how he talked as Vader. Anakin is talking in that same dialect, that same tone, the same pauses as Darth Vader would. So think about, instead of Anakin saying my new empire, think about Vader, my new empire. Like that's how he would say it. So it's like he's just taking
that.
what Vader, because that's what came first.
Mm-hmm.
He's just basically making the two have a connect.
Yeah, I can.
And I
definitely
was like,
see that.
that's interesting. I got to send it to you because the guy does a really good job of doing the voice of Hayden Christensen as Anakin, and he does a good job of doing James Earl Jones's voice. So, but I was like, holy cow, I never thought about that before, because that was one of my biggest complaints. We always talked about how like Kylo's the whiny one, Luke's the whiny one of that series, and then Hayden's the whiny one of the prequels. And it's like, I feel like it kind of, and maybe that's just, again, reading too much into it.
But it would be kind of fun, right? Like if we had like an unlimited budget and we could cast actors. Like let's say we took like who's one of the best male actors in the world right now? Like,
but you can't though.
I'm saying like you could put them in, like if we were given a budget, we were allowed to film it, and we were able to take like, I'm just going to throw someone out there. I was going to say McConaughey, but McConaughey would not be a good one.
all right. You can't like, though, because
I have brought peace and justice to my new empire.
Like Leonardo DiCaprio being Anakin.
Like think about Leo being Anakin, dude. Like that would be such an intense scene of him like dude. Losing it. Like, why?
Because other than like, okay, I'm going to contradict myself here, but I feel like it stands true. When you do stories like Star Wars or something that essentially you're not super familiar with, especially something like a prequel, and you take unknown characters, unknown people, you see them as those characters. If you were to drop somebody like Leonardo DiCaprio in there, you wouldn't see Anakin, you would see Leonardo DiCaprio. You would see Jack from Titanic, or you would see...
Yeah, but like that's not the point I'm trying to make right now. The point I'm trying to make is like, if I wanted to post a YouTube video of Leonardo DiCaprio and let's just say George Clooney having a lightsaber battle reenacting that scene, that'd be a fun thing to watch. I'd be totally in to watch that.
But your point of wanting it is because you're saying, I wish we could have had better acting.
Yeah, a little Shakespearean, like a little more like...
But you wouldn't see it as Obi-Wan and Anakin, you would see it as George Clooney and Leo.
Yeah, and I know that was something like even when like they were doing Lord of the Rings, they were worried, right? Like they didn't want big name actors to distract people from the roles. But like, I don't know if that would have been. I don't know. I say that now, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. Like
because when you think about any of those characters from Lord of the Rings, they were in other movies, but what do you know them as? You see those actors, and you're like, "That's Merry, that's Pippin, that's Gandalf." Even Ian McKellen, he was an actor already. Name me a movie he did before Lord of the Rings.
Ian McKellen?
It's hard to.
Yeah.
You think about Magneto as well, but he did that after Lord of the Rings. So it's like...
Yeah. I mean, Dooku was pretty recognizable. Samuel L. Jackson really wasn't. But Samuel L. Jackson, to your point, we all were like, oh, it's Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. And I mean...
we don't even say Mace Windu. It's just Samuel L. Jackson.
But he's kind of like... He kind of brings like such a personality and character to it that it's like... Even like when he's Nick Fury, like you're like, oh, still Samuel Jackson.
I've got to imagine with as much content that's on the internet, someone had to have made like a Shakespearean rendition of that fight scene. It has to be a thing of just like no name actors redoing it.
Yeah, maybe.
I'll have to look that up this week.
I don't know. To me, it's like the emotion behind it all, the rise and fall of this brotherhood between Obi-Wan and Anakin, like that's what the emotion is behind it for me.
Yeah.
The confusion. I love Ewan McGregor. I really do. I loved him in like Moulin Rouge and other movies he's done. So I loved him as Obi-Wan. And when I thought his confusion in that moment in that scene, I thought it was spot on. And like I said, I agree with you. I always kind of complained about Hayden Christensen's acting until I saw that video literally this week. That was like, he's delivering the lines like Vader would. And I'm like, dang. Because that would be weird if you had like Leonardo DiCaprio delivering lines in like a super different way. And then you have Vader delivering them in such a monotone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I totally get it. And like, don't get me wrong. Like the movie, in my opinion, at this point, like everything we've seen and like the way it concluded with like the Kenobi series and all that, I wouldn't trade that for the world.
Right.
I'm just saying. I would like to see Leo's take. Like, I'd like to see him take it, or somebody, just not Matthew McConaughey. That's the only one. No.
What was his PB Harmon's name?
Oh, Paul Rubens.
Yeah, Paul.
You know, it'll be Leo starring across from Pee-wee.
Yeah.
And Pee-wee will be Obi-Wan. Your new empire.
Oh gosh,
Oh, God.
your new empire.
Yeah.
I'll do what I must.
I know you are, but what am I? Only a Sith deals in absolute. I know you are, but what am I?
I know you are, but what am I?
There's a
That'd
whole
be great.
generation of kids that just have no idea
Yeah.
what we're talking about right now.
That'd be great, though. That'd be great.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I see what you mean. But
Mhm.
at the same time, we got what we got. I love it.
Oh shoot! I didn't put this in the notes, but I wanted to talk to you about it. Did you hear the news about the Lando show?
I did, which is funny
Mm,
because I think you made mention that you're like, I would love to see a Lando show.
I would, but the big takeaway I had from this, and I feel like somebody at Disney is listening to our podcast. It is now a Lando movie. Because I am a firm believer that not everything needs to be 8 episodes. Let's just give me a story. Give me a Rogue One. Give me a beginning, a middle, and an end, and just make me happy.
I just feel like companies are moving away from movies, though. I mean, you think about series and things that I feel like are bigger right now. Like, it's just how it is. I mean, even with like something like Stranger Things, that's a series. It's huge.
Yeah.
And then you think like movies, yeah, they're big, but it's like not a lot of people are going to the movie theaters anymore. I love going to the movie theaters, but
Well, it's going to be a straight to Disney Plus movie. It's not going to go to the theaters. Yeah. So,
do you think the budget's different with like a series and a movie?
Oh, it has to be, because you're basically making 8 short films. You
gotta imagine it's like takes longer too, right?
I would assume so. Bro, they're on the Dathomir planet on Ahsoka. What if Tano comes into a little like mall creature, like a male Dathomir?
What does that mean?
Like, you know how like you have the Dathomir witches? Sorry, like this is completely earlier conversation we're having. My ADD just kicked in. So they have the Dathomir witches.
Right.
The male versions are like the creatures that Maul is.
Oh, okay.
What if we get like an Ahsoka versus like Dathomir male Maul creature? That'd be pretty dope.
Or what if
like,
they bring Maul back?
Oh, or when the people who are like ambushing them take their helmets off, they are those creatures with the horns.
Because nobody dies in Star Wars.
No one. Somehow
Darth
Maul has returned after the 4th time.
Right. Who
Yeah,
knows, man?
the Lando series is going to be fun because from what I understand, I was reading about it this week that Donald Glover is coming back to be in it, and Donald Glover and his brother are writing it. So it's like, yeah, so it should be a fun.
Donald Glover.
Yeah,
I love him a lot. I loved him in Community. I love him as Childish Gambino. Like, I love him. I think he's great.
Yeah, I loved that he got his payoff for Spider-Man in the last Spider-Verse movie.
Exactly. Yeah, he's the one that kind of started that all, and like even like the show Atlanta is pretty good too. So there's a lot of stuff that he does. I think he's a very talented guy, and I enjoyed him as Lando. I mean, in the Solo movie, I thought he brought that charisma that we think Lando has. So I'd be down to see it.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like going back to our conversation, I can't think of any other actor that could pull off that character right now. Like at least like of popular actors, maybe
that would be better than him,
or just in general could pull off Lando. Like he just feels like Lando when you see him.
He does.
Like yeah.
Maybe
I don't know.
the
guy that plays Falcon, but like
no, Anthony Mackie.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Yeah,
not better than Donald Glover.
He kind of lost me with his Twisted Metal show. I'm not a big fan of that one.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I saw like the first episode, and I was like,
I haven't watched it yet, but I want to watch it.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if this show's for me.
Is it rough? Dang.
Yeah, it's rough. Yeah,
we'll see.
There's a reason we don't have a Twisted Metal cast going on right now.
Well, let's get into our 1v1s. I got a couple more for you this week, man.
All right, I'm excited.
I only have 2 this time, though.
Okay.
I felt like I threw a little bit too much at you, and there's a lot of confusion, and Sometimes we get into a heated debate. I don't think we'll get in much of debate with this week, but we'll see.
Oh,
so I know you did not like the Rey versus Sabine last week. You had
I did not like it. I just as a Rey fan, I was offended.
All right, so let's see how you feel this week with these two, okay? Rey Skywalker, okay?
Oh,
I
there.
said it.
Yeah.
I said it.
TikTok's going to love you this week.
Versus Ahsoka Tano.
Ooh.
I know you love both of them.
I do. I genuinely love both of their characters. I gotta go Ahsoka on that one.
Okay.
I just feel like Ahsoka has seen some stuff. She's weathered, you know? Whereas Rey, I mean, granted, she saved the galaxy, but I just feel like Ahsoka could handle it. It would be a pretty cool fight to see. What'd you pick?
I'm going Ahsoka.
Okay.
I'm a little biased, though. I feel like, Rey's not my favorite. I don't mind Rey. It's just, I don't know.
I'm going to bring you to the Rey train, bro. I'm 100% bring you. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
As far as like Star Wars characters go, she's not the worst. But like,
no, not at all.
Yeah. I'm definitely a fan of Rey, though.
I am curious how her Sith lightning would play into that fight, though.
Ooh, that's true.
Because has Ahsoka had to deal with that from anybody? I don't think she's fought the Emperor or somebody like Dooku. Maul doesn't use Sith lightning, so
I don't know. But here's the thing: Ahsoka took down Anakin.
It's true.
One of the most powerful Jedi in the galaxy. You don't think Anakin is?
No, I think he is.
Or is that diving into our next 1v1?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not diving into the next. The next one is just kind of funny, but oh man, put me on the spot. See, that's my boy though. Like, I freaking love Darth Vader so much, and just the sheer power that he has. Being the most powerful.
Okay.
I'm going to say yes, because what did Palpatine have to do? He had to make a suit that was weak to Force lightning so he could kill him at any point if he became too powerful or wanted to overthrow him.
Yep. And
he had to mind F him just to kind of control him because he knew how powerful he was. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm sorry. You said he was worried about overthrowing him, and literally Vader overthrew him.
I didn't think about that. He took him like this. Here's the Emperor. This little penguin. Overthrew him. He overthrew. Wow. What a play on words.
He was like, I was actually aiming for that ledge over there. I didn't mean him to fall down that pit.
I didn't mean to overthrow him. I overthrew him. Dang, man, that's good.
The director comes out and is like, cut. The script said overthrow, not overthrow. Oh, my bad. My bad. That's funny.
Hilarious.
Okay.
Except the guy in the suit is not James Earl Jones, so it's just some guy's like, oh, my bad.
Yeah, we're definitely not putting your voice in these movies now.
You're out. We got to find someone. You had to reshoot everything.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That's funny.
Yeah. I'm going to say Anakin.
Okay.
He's the chosen one.
Yeah, so if Ahsoka took down Anakin twice.
When?
In the World
I guess I didn't see the other time, but...
World Between Worlds.
Was
She
that
took
Anakin,
his lightsaber.
Though? He's old. He's so old.
And here's the other side. Did Anakin let her win?
That's the other side. Giving her a little confidence boost.
Yeah. So
he had her, bro. He had like his lightsaber hit her neck, and he just sat there. He could have just dead.
Yeah.
At any point.
Yeah, I'm still going Ahsoka. I love Rey, but Rey's my girl. But I gotta go Ahsoka.
Now this one was really hard for me. Okay. R2D2 versus Chopper.
Chopper's got that street, bro. R2 is like a very classy fighter, but R2 is bringing that grit.
You see, you're saying
dude.
R2 plays by the rules and Chopper's just hood.
Chopper's the type that's like poking your eye in the middle of the fight, you know?
Chopper's from the streets.
Mm-hmm. He's putting like that Vaseline on his gloves, so when he punches you, you can't see.
Don't you think R2 has more experience though?
I would, and plus the weakness to Chopper is that he's pieced together, so he's not like he doesn't have his parts. It's all like held together by shoestring and bubblegum. So
okay,
yeah, I'm gonna go R2 on that one. I definitely think R2 would have the win.
I was going R2 as well because I feel like using your statement, if you take a trained fighter versus like a street fighter, who do you think is going to win? Probably the trained fighter. Yeah, the street fighter might play dirty, but
yeah,
I feel like and R2's obviously not a trained fighter, but I feel like he's been through enough and done enough in the Star Wars universe that he would come out on top. Because remember, these 1v1s they're in their prime. It's not like
it's true
old guy versus young person. It's like in their prime, who's the best?
Yeah,
I gotta go R2.
Yeah, I would agree. I think R2 is just like, I mean, Chopper's got grit, man, but Chopper's also a psycho, but I feel like R2 would get it. R2 burned droids alive. Do you remember that? He spit his oil out and then he did his rockets.
He did.
Which that's something nobody ever complained about, right? R2 went through the first, original movies the entire time and never used his rockets on the side of his thing.
Nothing.
And then suddenly popped him out.
He was younger R2, you know?
Oh, so like his rockets are like jammed and he can't get them out? Maybe. Yeah. Who
knows?
Makes sense. No, those were good ones. Yeah, those were good ones. I'm interested to hear what everybody else picked, but like, that's definitely that'd be a fun. I would love to see. And here's the thing: we have to assume the way that the Filoniverse closes out, there's a good chance Ahsoka dies, right? Like we got to assume that because we haven't seen Ahsoka in any of the other movies. But with Rey getting her own movie and her own series of like rebuilding the Jedi Order, 100% would love to see like old Rosario Dawson be like an old Ahsoka in that show. I think that would be so cool.
Yeah, but I mean, I never once even thought that maybe they would be killing her off.
I just feel like it would have impact. If they killed Mando, I don't feel like it would have the same impact as if they killed Ahsoka.
Because depends who you ask.
That's true. As a Clone War fan.
Because like with Ahsoka, like your argument is like she's not in the newer movies, but she also wasn't in 4, 5, and 6 either. But she was around.
Yeah, that's true.
It wasn't about her.
That's 100% valid. Yeah.
So she could still be around in 7, 8, 9, and can still show up afterwards.
Okay, she can live. You convinced me.
We'll see, though, man. We'll see.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, when you think about it, though, like, I feel like you have Rebels, Clone Wars, the Ahsoka show, building up Ahsoka, and it's over, like, a decade of content building this character. And you have, like, it's a multi-generational character. Whereas Mando, you've got 3 seasons of a show in recent. And while Mando has his fans, I feel like the amount of either outrage or rage or sadness around Ahsoka sacrificing herself or killing her or dying would be massive. Almost like Glenn from The Walking Dead died. Spoiler alert.
I think I think you're right. I think there would be some sadness, but maybe it just also depends on like how or why. I mean, you could say the same for Vader. Like he sacrificed himself to save Luke, and that's upsetting. Like I love that character, but when you think about why he did it, you're like, oh, what a nice little ending to the story.
Yeah.
Like, so it just kind of depends on why. Yeah, of course there's gonna be sadness, but as long as they do it right, I think it would be acceptable. And you know what's frustrating is one thing I didn't talk about, and again, I've never seen Rebels and never finished Clone Wars. If you haven't seen the most recent episode of Ahsoka or listened to our Ahsoka podcast, this is your chance to not listen, because I'm going to spoiler alert something right now. You have 5. Pause it. Skip it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We see Admiral Thrawn, okay? We see him, and at the very end of it, he says, I want to know everything about this Ahsoka. Did they not have like interaction in Rebels? Because he's like, I want to know about her master. And I'm like, how does he not know?
No, they didn't. I don't think
Really?
Ahsoka's in the final season.
Wow.
Well, she might be in an episode, but I don't think she's in like a massive character. They kind of left. I don't know. And here's the thing: I haven't made it to the end yet. So I'm still not in the final season. But my assumption is that like I've always assumed they left it off that Vader killed Ahsoka in that fight scene. And we don't see until Ezra pulls her into the world between worlds that's she lived. But like I don't know. I'd have to look that up. I'm not 100% sure there.
Interesting.
Maybe they didn't. They must not have had that much interaction.
Well, yeah, because he seemed to know nothing about her, but he was like, I want to know everything about her.
And if Dave Filoni's writing it, I would assume that like, he wouldn't miss something like that.
Yeah.
But
we shall see.
Yeah. I still can't believe you dropped such a massive spoiler like that. And I'm just kidding.
I feel like I gave plenty of time for people to pause.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. But like, I don't know. In my head, I was trying to come up with something that would be so ludicrous that like, yeah.
Can't believe you said Grogu came back in this episode. It's crazy.
Yeah. Grogu saved or kills Thrawn, man. Dude, that's nuts.
Crazy.
Yeah. I clipped this story because it made me laugh, and it kind of reminded me of your dad because he has a Star Wars collection.
Okay.
But a man was arrested for stealing a cast iron figure of a TIE fighter bomber from Star Wars.
Okay.
And he pleaded guilty this week, and he's facing 6 to 12 months in prison for stealing a toy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, apparently this thing's worth like $3,000. He put his collection on display at a museum, like or not a museum, at like a library. Like they have like local collections you can do. And he put his on display, and I guess this guy stole it, and it was worth $3,000, and now he's facing up to 12 months in prison.
Dang, my dad would be like, worth it.
yeah. Complete my collection, or
that's just 6 to 12 months, whatever.
Yeah, it's just weird. I'm like, I don't know. Anytime someone does like a crime, I'm just like, what was going through your mind? But in that one, I'm like, it's a TIE fighter. Like, what are you doing?
Hey, it was a first limited edition TIE bomber from the Misprint series, 1981. Yeah. Okay, Empire Strikes Back.
Yep,
those are hard to come by.
100%.
I'm not saying I'm doing 6 to 12 months in the next 48 hours, but I'm just saying it was worth a lot.
Yeah. I wonder, we might have to dive into that like on another episode where I can do some research, but like the dumbest crimes surrounding Star Wars. Like,
oh my gosh, let's look that up. You come with an article. I'm going to come with the article next week.
Yeah,
we'll
bonus
compare.
Points if you can get mug shots of people wearing Star Wars costumes in their mug shots.
Okay.
Like
that is our homework.
Got like Leia buns in her mug shot.
I come with one, you come with one, and we'll let the audience vote on who came with the most ludicrous Star Wars involved crime.
You know how epic it would be? Like I have no plans on committing crimes. I have no plans on getting arrested ever in my life. But if I do, I'm 100% going to be wearing my Jar Jar Binks is my homeboy shirt. Just so when I'm in the photo, it's just...
You just look at the Statue of Liberty one day, and it's just like a Wookiee. A giant Wookiee.
Yep. Yeah. Well, hey, man. It is that time of the week.
TikTok week time?
TikTok. Top TikToks of the week. TTTOW. In honor of our 8th episode, I happen to have 8 TikToks. Didn't plan it, but I've got 8 TikToks.
Perfect. I'm so excited.
Let's see. Where should we start? Ooh, yeah, we can start with this one. This one will work.
I agree.
All right.
Let's do that one.
All right. You a big bowling fan?
For some reason, I always hurt my arm every time I bowl. I don't know why. I must be doing something wrong.
Well, the internet has a great trend right now where people create like ridiculous strike and bowling like animations. Because if you've ever been to a bowling alley, at least here in the United States, it's basically like an animation where like all the pins got knocked down except for one, and then like something happens. Well, this is a Star Wars rendition of it, and I love it.
Oh God.
Master Lane Mower, there's too many of them. What are we gonna do?
Strike!
Strike!
Strike. That means he knocked them all down. Those poor pins.
Yeah, I do want to point out, you asked me, like, what if he didn't kill him? I went back and watched some of that video. He 100% killed those kids. 100%. Yeah.
Those ones?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Well, I mean, let me just assume here. When we see Reva trying to escape during Order 66, he's straight
Reva.
stabbing kids with a lightsaber.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't think he's going to stop just because he's like, the Jedi Council Chamber is a holy place. Get out of here, kids. Like,
yeah, I literally remember having that conversation with you, and I saw a clip this week where it was showing him literally stabbing children and stuff, because it was like a whole clip of, like, I think somebody spliced together like every movie or show that's shown that scene of the Jedi Temple being overrun by Order 66, and it was showing Anakin like was like looking him in the eyes. I was like, oh, never mind. He definitely did.
he went bad.
Strike.
Bad.
Strike. that was funny. That was a good one.
Yeah.
You know how hard I would laugh if I saw that when I was bowling? I would be like, this is the greatest place ever. It's fantastic.
Mr. Lane Walker. Yeah.
Too many of them.
You're a big fan of Christmas.
I am.
Holidays
in general.
You're one of the very few people I know who has a Star Wars Christmas tree with like ornaments and lights and themes.
Bro,
and stuff like
my
that,
tree topper is the Death Star,
which is pretty dope.
Let me tell you, my grandma was not happy. she goes, that has nothing to do with Christmas. And I was like, what do you mean? It's a star. The star on top of my tree. It's literally the Death Star. And what's cool about it is it syncs with all these ornaments. I have Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie, R2-D2 and C-3PO, Darth Vader, Obi-Wan, and they all talk. They all do the whole, like, A New Hope movie. And it's freaking sweet. And I love it. But my grandma does not like the Death Star on top of the tree.
Well, your grandma's going to love this one because nothing says Christmas quite like a good old carbonite freezing scene.
You're giving me ideas.
I love you. I know.
He goes down.
This is at Hallmark, bro. I thought about getting this, but it was like $60 or something.
Bro, this is like one of the most tragic scenes in the movie. Why would you want to relive this on one of the most joyous days of the year?
$65. You see that? That's insane.
That's nuts. For an ornament.
The only reason why I didn't get it is because I feel like it took a long time. And
Bro,
I wish they would have had a little smoke coming up.
Ooh, that would be cool. There it is. It is a dope ornament, but not for Christmas. Like, that's my only issue.
Well,
yeah.
Maybe you can come decorate my grandma's tree. Cause
yeah. Hey, here's an idea. That might be a good gift for your grandma.
What if I...
I know you love mine so much. I figured I'd get you one.
Oh, man. What a great joke. Here's a Christmas gift for you.
Mm-hmm.
You're giving me ideas, man.
Ideas. I would like to dedicate this next TikTok 100% to you. Okay. Because we are both fans of Space Mommy. And this is easily one of the best TikToks I have ever seen.
Get a little closer.
Chopper says you're gonna have to get low.
How low?
She wants to know how low. Pretty low. As low as you can. Just go, Mom, please. Chopper said low, 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 low.
Yes. Low AF, girls. Chopper's a menace.
100% lost monetization for this video just because of the low song, but great
totally
TikTok.
Okay.
Great TikTok.
Love that. Low AF, girl.
Yeah, it's good.
My cheeks hurt from laughing. That was a good one.
Yeah, I just love it, man. The internet has taken that, and we talked about it a little bit. I'm just like, it sucks for her though, because like she put so much effort.
She's doing a really good job with the character.
Yeah,
like a really, really good job with the character.
The internet is just filled with perverted Star Wars fans.
It is. I can't.
That
you're sick. Anybody who thinks that you're sick, I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at me. You're sick.
I'm not making eye contact with you. Let me live in my filth. This one is my impression of us playing Fortnite together. This is me. I'm always like, let's push the guy, let's get him done, and you guys are like, no man, let's be patient, and then I just die.
Come back, Brad. No, I got this. All right,
yeah.
Well, somebody come pick me up.
Kick this garbage
Is that Luffy?
But come on, Jose. I believe in you.
Smoke.
Chopper got wrecked.
Look. Chopper's going at him.
Chopper's like, yeah, you want to square up?
That robot's pissed. Like, yo.
Hey, Space
Chopper's
Mommy.
Like, come closer.
I see you, Space Mommy.
Yeah.
I see her.
Chopper's about to fight. He's about to scrap.
100%. All right, this next one is for me. I have definitely become a Shin stan since the beginning of Ahsoka.
Okay.
Hey, girl.
You have no power.
Oh. There's my Vader motivation. Give me Shin motivation. Just degrade me and just tell me I have no power.
Pineapple. See the braid?
Okay.
She did have the Jedi braid.
She did have it there, but here's the funniest part about that. That wasn't posted by a fan. That was by the Disney official TikTok. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Let's play that one more time just because it makes it so much more weirder.
I was going to say, it sounded very like...
There's the braid.
You have no power.
Get it, girl. Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
They're in on the joke, right?
Yeah, okay.
But, yeah. It's kind of weird. You got kids.
Yeah.
They posted like a Bluey TikTok right before that.
Then it goes to that.
Yeah.
Is that a lightsaber? You just happen to see me.
Heyo. Oh, this one actually, I genuinely love this one, and it cracks me up so much because it's my life right now.
Okay.
So the title says, let me pause it real quick. When your husband goes all in on his diet and exercise, but you just want to chill and eat pizza.
Breaking my heart. You're going down a path I can't follow.
Yeah. Which one are you? Are you the one going on the path that she can't follow?
Yeah, it's 100% my house right now. Like, I'm no bread, no sweets, no candy, and no soda. And she's just like, you're breaking my heart.
Hey, you know what? Just play her some Vader motivation. That'll get her.
Hell
going.
yeah.
Embrace your transformation, for it is the crucible of your power. Trust only yourself. Your allies will betray you, leaving you consumed by flames. Yet from the ashes, you will be reborn, enhanced, and fortified against treachery. Transcend your past frailties, elevate to a realm beyond mere mortal limits. Do not merely survive. Ascend as an undeniable force of both reckoning and sovereign command.
Yes, my master.
And no other way to end it than may the force be with you, right?
Always.
But for real, thank you guys for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Check out TanoCast. Again, may the force be with you.
Always. Make it say it again.
One more time for the folks in the cheap seat. May the
Always.
with you.
Always and forever.
Amen.